They call this the lockdown generation.
Locks, lights, out of sight.
And unfortunately, it is. That's the reality.
It's an unfortunate statement about our society that school violence has led us to a point where every student has to be prepared.
For 30 years of the modern era of school shootings, we have learned to stop a lot. And there have been a lot stopped in Colorado.
John McDonald is the chief operating officer of the Council for School Safety Leadership. Before that, he ran safety inside Jeffco schools for years, implementing the modern-day lockdown drills the district still uses.
And we had conversations with educators at all levels, mental health people, and we talked about how do we empower our kids and our teachers. Not scare them, but empower them.
Drills that paid off on Wednesday.
He tried to find new targets. He came up against a roadblock on many of those doors. He couldn't get to those kids.
McDonald said in 2009, his team started training all kids, even preschoolers, what to do in these situations, age appropriately, of course.
We don't just walk down a hallway and shake a door, see if it's locked, and then walk past and go to the next door.
Anybody in the bathroom?
In Jeffco, the idea is we go into the classroom, we engage the kids, we have conversations about what it means for success and survival.
You have a right to be able to come to school and expect that your families are going to see you at the end of the day.
Our cameras followed John and his team through Bear Creek High School in 2016.
This is good not just for school. This is good anywhere you're in the community.
McDonald said at first some parents weren't very fond of the idea, but over time, opinions have shifted.
Less resistance now than before. Less resistance this decade than in previous decades. There is a conversation about what an appropriate drill looks like.
Where am I shooting? I'm shooting high.
Lockdown drills also create a climate and culture of preparedness, and kids understand the importance of it.
McDonald also said that the skills that kids learn during these lockdown drills in school may have sadly helped them later in life. He pointed to the NFL office tower shooting in New York City, where people inside that building credited their quick actions to things that they learned during a K through 12 lockdown drill when they were in school, what McDonald calls the lockdown generation. Guys.
That's the term that I think we're still, it's hard to accept. But it is.
But it's so incredibly important. And you know what was remarkable? When you watch those videos that we just saw in that previous video, I went through some of those when Amanda sent them to us earlier today. And there's a moment where you hear the sheriff's department knocking on the door. And the kids in the room say, even when they say sheriff's department, they know their training says you don't just open the door.
You don't.
So the things that they are drilled over and over and over again, while it can seem like it's a lot for kids, it's so important that they have these skills because we know that this can happen, especially in Jefferson County. We know that this can happen. It's important to have that built up.
I wish they didn't have to, but you're right. I'm glad that they have the skills. You know, when Tom Mauser was here earlier, the father of the Columbine student that sadly was killed, Daniel, he used a term and he says, yeah, it's not back to school, it's back to school shootings.
Yeah.
And that's chilling.
And school is a safe place. That's what they like to emphasize. It is really a safe place, but preparation is everything. And we'll never know the numbers of prevention.
No.
We'll never know those numbers, but we need to know why we do this.
John McDonald says you've seen less tragedy because of these steps that have been put in place, right? Even when these instances happen, these lockdown drills have taught kids the right things to do to keep themselves safe.
Yeah. And the teachers and staff, they always step up, they help them, they're doing what they need to do as well. And so it's traumatic for all of them, but this is the world they live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm married to a teacher, so I thought about this long before I even had a kid.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. I mean, they know it's their children and they have a role.
They do.
All right. Thanks, Steve.